So, why is everyone suddenly talking about Dante Thornton? Well, it's not just hype anymore. He's starting to turn heads all over the NFL. Here's where things get interesting. Sports Illustrated, yeah, not just some fan blog, actually wrote an article about how the Los Angeles Rams might have made a big mistake by passing on Thornton. That means the national media is now watching a guy wearing silver and black. And it doesn't stop there. NFL.com, yes, the official NFL site, put out a full feature on him, not Bleacher Report, not some YouTube channel. The real deal. That's huge. But here's the part that really makes you stop and think. Since 2022, guess who has the highest quarterback rating on deep throws over 20 yards? Geno Smith. Yeah, seriously. Now imagine this. A quarterback with that kind of deep ball accuracy. Throwing to a guy like Dante Thornton, who has straight-up track speed, no more boring checkdowns, no more short, safe passes. With Thornton stretching the field, the Raiders' offense could become something totally different, something dangerous. And this might just be the beginning. And here's why this moment really matters, more than most fans even realize. It's not just about filling a gap in the lineup. This could be the moment the Raiders finally found a wide receiver who changes everything about our offense. Think about it for a second. When was the last time we had a true deep threat that scared defenses? Since Henry Ruggs showed those early flashes, we honestly haven't seen anything close. Go back to the Derek Carr days. Yeah, we had good players, Amari Cooper, Michael Crabtree, but those guys were about crisp routes and timing, not deep speed. Hunter Renfrow, smart and clutch, but he worked short routes. Seth Roberts, reliable. Jared Cook, Andre Holmes, big bodies, solid hands, but they weren't the ones keeping defensive coordinators up at night. But Dante Thornton? He's built different. He's tall like a tight end, fast like a sprinter. He brings something rare to Las Vegas, pure speed and explosion. The kind that can break a game open in just one play. You know who else had that kind of magic? Guys like Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson. Receivers who don't just catch passes, they bend the whole defense. And that's why this pick feels like a throwback to Al Davis, the man who lived for speed. Remember the legends? Cliff Branch, Fred Biletnikoff. They didn't just make catches, they changed how teams played against us. Now, it's Thornton's turn to carry that legacy. Just a couple days ago, NFL.com even said it straight. They called him the Al Davis pick of this draft. At 6'5", running a 4.30 40-yard dash, Thornton isn't just fast, he's a nightmare for any defender trying to keep up. And the best part? He's doing it in silver and black. When the Raiders made their fourth-round pick, it wasn't just about adding another name to the roster. It felt like something more. A throwback. A moment that probably made Mark Davis smile, thinking about how his father, Al Davis, always chased players who were fast, raw, and explosive. Even the front office couldn't help but joke, this is the Al Davis pick of the draft. And honestly, they weren't wrong. Let's look at the checklist. Size, yup. Speed, oh yeah. Double check. Potential, that's the part everyone keeps talking about. People inside the building are genuinely excited, like they've uncovered something special. Even General Manager Tom Telesco said it. They're just starting to scratch the surface with Thornton. Watch his college highlights. His speed jumps off the screen. And here's the scary part. He's still getting better. Let the numbers do the talking. Last year at Tennessee, he caught the ball just 26 times, but turned that into 661 yards and 6 touchdowns. That's 25.4 yards per catch, the highest in all of college football. Now, here's something rare. At the NFL Combine, Thornton ran a 4.30-second 40-yard dash, and he's 6'5". That made him the tallest player in over 20 years to run that fast. That kind of size and speed combo, you don't coach that. Defenses can't scheme for it. Even offensive coordinator Chip Kelly couldn't hide his excitement. He said Thornton has a huge catch radius and the kind of body you usually see in big tight ends. But unlike most big receivers, this one can fly. This isn't your average rookie. He's not some maybe he develops kind of guy. He's the kind of weapon that can change a game in one play. The kind of player that forces cornerbacks to back off and makes defensive coordinators sweat. And for the Raiders, this might be more than just a smart pick. It could be the start of something bigger. What makes Dante Thornton even more dangerous isn't just that he's fast in a straight line. It's how he controls that speed. He can sink his hips, make sharp cuts, and still explode forward, which is something you rarely see in a guy who's 6'5". Most tall receivers struggle with change of direction. Not Thornton. And now, with the Raiders bringing in Pete Carroll as head coach in 2025 and pairing him with Geno Smith, you can already see the plan coming together. It's simple. Run the ball with discipline. Wait for the defense to bite. Then strike deep, fast, and hard. And guess who fits perfectly into that play-action-heavy game plan? Dante Thornton. He's walking into a wide receiver room that's still young, a little thin, and full of opportunity. Carroll has already made it clear he's not interested in just easing rookies in slowly. He wants guys who are ready to contribute early, not sit and wait. And Thornton? He's ready for that challenge. Pete Carroll said it best. Rookies don't need to master everything on day one. Let them build confidence by focusing on what they do best, and the rest will come. That's exactly the kind of approach that fits Thornton. Let him do what he does best. Burn defenders, stretch the field, and make explosive plays. This year's training camp will be the real test. The coaching staff already knows what they have, a rare mix of length, burst, and route control. If he starts building chemistry with Geno Smith, especially on those deep play-action setups, we might just be watching the rise of the next big star in the AFC West. The Raiders are going all in on explosive plays this year, and Thornton might be the one to bring the fireworks. You know, I had to double-check, because every offseason, there's always buzz around a rookie or two. But this time, it feels different. I looked back at the last few years, 2022, 2023, 2024, just to see what the early hype looked like during mini camps and OTAs. Surprisingly, the spotlight has never been this bright. Not even for a guy like Brock Bowers, who was called a guaranteed star before he even hit the field. Even he didn't get this much early heat from the media. But Dante Thornton? His name is everywhere. And it's not just local Raiders reporters hyping him up, though guys like Hondo Carpenter and Levi Edwards, who are out there watching practice, have been loud about how good Thornton looks. What makes this moment stand out is this. National media is paying attention now. Sports Illustrated dropped a story saying the Rams messed up by passing on him. Then NFL.com followed up, calling him one of the biggest draft steals of the year. And these aren't fluff pieces, they're picking up on something real. But let's not forget about the guy who's going to be throwing him those deep balls. Geno Smith. He's not just a comeback story. He's become one of the most accurate deep ball quarterbacks in the entire NFL. Pro Football Focus even gave him the highest grade on passes over 20 yards. And, yeah, we know Raider Nation doesn't always love PFF. But hey, when they finally give us some love, we'll take it. Now, imagine this. Thornton's track speed plus Geno's deep ball accuracy, that's not just potential. That's a blueprint for big plays, and maybe even game-changing moments, week after week. Let's talk numbers, because the more you dig into them, the more real this Dante Thornton story becomes. Last season, Geno Smith ranked third in the entire NFL in play-action passing according to Pro Football Focus. And that's not just some random stat. Multiple sources back it up. Watch the film, and it's obvious. Geno is at his best when defenses have to respect the run. And with a back like Ashton Ginty expected to carry the load this year, those deep shot windows, they could fly wide open in Las Vegas. Here's something even crazier. Over the past 2 seasons, Geno Smith has been the top-ranked quarterback in deep ball passing. Yep, better than Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, and Tua Tagovailoa. Now, just imagine pairing that kind of precision with a vertical rocket like Dante Thornton. Even if Thornton hits just 80% of what DK Metcalf did in his rookie season, 58 catches, 900 yards, 7 touchdowns, the Raiders may have found themselves a hidden gem. And remember, DK was a second-round pick. Thornton, 4th round. Not that far behind. But here's the thing. This isn't blind hope. It's not like that offseason in 2007 when everyone hyped up a name that faded by week 3. This is different. Sports Illustrated, NFL.com, Pro Football Focus. They're all pointing to the same truth. This kid is special. And here's the part that tells you he knows it too. After the draft, Thornton confidently said he could run every route on the tree. At Tennessee, he just wasn't asked to. That kind of confidence, that kind of swagger. It's exactly what this Raiders offense needs. Insiders like Levi Edwards are already reporting that Thornton has become Geno Smith's top target in camp. That's not just good news. It's a signal that the connection is already real. Now throw him into a group that already includes Brock Bowers, Jacoby Myers, and Jack Beck. And suddenly, this Raiders offense doesn't just have weapons. It has firepower. The Raiders might have just struck gold.